made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
Black Atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
So keeping Saturdays and studying on Saturdays. Studied myself right out of the book.
Black Atheist. Black Atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
God that you all claim that you all believe in. Make us believe.
Black Atheist. Black Atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
So keeping Saturdays and studying on Saturdays. Studied myself right out of the book.
Black Atheist. Black Atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
God that you all claim that you all believe in. Make us believe.
Black Atheist. Black Atheist.
Black Atheist. Black Atheist.
Black Atheist. Black Atheist. Black Atheist. Black Atheist. Black Atheist. Black Atheist. Black Atheist.
Oh yeah. Blackson in the hizzle for shizzle dizzle. We got a very, very good show here. I want to have my generals introduce themselves.
This is Brother DJ.
Brother Ankh, Black African Power, Armor Raw Squad up.
First thing I want to say is it's good to see y'all back.
See, it's black, huh?
Man, it's good to see y'all black. Man.
Good to be back.
Woo!
Good to be black.
Those of y'all watched the show last week know what I'm talking about.
Good show.
No, it's a good show. It's just you have to kind of grab people by the ankles because they start floating into, some different things. But I mean, but health and nutrition is always good, and we're going to continue that because we're going to talk about the medical apartheid. But real quick, before we go into that, I want to address: is it Ask an Atheist? These people, this is an organization, I guess out in Seattle, they're atheist show, and they said they have tried to get in touch with me several times. Well, the phone number's right here. If y'all want to call in, we'll have you would ask us a question, whatever you want to talk about, call right in. The second part of that is that you had a guest on there talking about that the things I say were toxic. Now, to the young lady that said that the words I said were toxic, your diet is toxic.
Oh, you ain't right. You tripping.
When you weigh about 420-some pounds, you might want to check your diet. On top of that, that perm you got in your head is toxic. So I would like to get a definition of what toxic really is. We can really break down toxicity, like the perm, the chemicals seeping down into your brain cells. You know what I'm saying? That's toxic. And like I said, your diet, when you're wobbling down the street, goddamn, you got 3 chins, that's toxic. That's toxic. I mean, I just want to get a clear definition, but I just wanted to rant a little bit. Let's get down to the comments
wait.
here.
You know what? Hopefully the sister don't take offense because that's just doing the dozens. That's what black people do.
Okay.
Under no circumstances,
we still family.
We still family. We love
It's
the
all
sister.
good.
As a matter of fact, we support an organization, the Black Unbelievers. Very funny she would use the word Black Unbelievers, though.
Right.
Well, and she claims she don't want to be a separatist, but you use the word Black Unbelievers. So the first thing come to my mind is that's black people trying to up the level of information for black people. Okay? And so it's called divide and conquer. That's the tactic they used on you, sis. Okay? They played the game like they contacted Blackson, and we want to do an interview with you, and they contacted the other atheist organizations, the black ones. They didn't contact the white ones. They contacted and asked them, what do you think about these guys? Right? And you jumped on there, you jumped out there without a bungee cord, and you started killing your brothers.
Yep.
Okay? Blackson just shot back at you. It's called a warning shot.
That's right.
It's what we do. We don't hate you, right? We're just going to correct you. Okay? We recognize the need for our community to build on information. And you recognize that too, sis. You have a lovely website. Go to the website. It's called the Black Unbelievers, an excellent website. But you have no show.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It makes sense if we work together on some issues. You do not have to agree on everything we agree with. But after today's show, I will clearly show you why it's a need, right, for the black atheists. You feel me? And so under no circumstances are we going against our sisters, so I don't want the other white atheist shows to think, ha, we got them fighting. No, we're not. I support the sister completely. We just have different ideas on how we're supposed to reach our people.
Exactly.
All right, DJ.
You
want to get us? Oh, that's yeah. I'm sorry, the comments. Yeah, and then I'm so anxious to get into.
Well, go ahead and read the comments. You want to read the comments?
Yeah, this is a good one. The guy's name I can't even read his name. Yin Yang Havoc. 152. He said, "These punks are ignorant. See, we're either ignorant, we're bigots, we're all these things, right?
Wow.
I just spent a good portion of the week watching every single one of their videos.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, right? I hope people aren't buying into their crap. When I first saw their channel, I was happy that atheism was extending over other minority communities. Now I feel so much pity for these dudes. Funny. Okay? So you spent the better part of your week getting educated is what just happened to you.
Exactly.
Okay?
Enlightened.
I like to say emblackened.
Emblackened, right.
I like
right?
that.
Getting emblackened, right? And this is what I've noticed over the last couple of weeks. Whenever we come with historical facts, right, that goes against what's being taught normally, we become bigots. Like today, you're going to call me a bigot, but I'm going to show you why you call me a bigot. Information is crystal clear. We're not bigots, we're just giving history.
That's it.
Right.
You get that? I'm giving history, but so what you're really saying in cold, undercover words is, don't tell the truth.
Pretty much.
We'll mark you as a bigot.
That's right.
And that's a key word for black people because we don't want to be attached to no bigots.
Right.
Right? Don't watch that show. They're bigots over there.
Right.
They're trying to separate us. They're trying to use color to divide all of us. Well, we're going to see.
But you know, that's strange because you have people like that always say, you know, they don't want to touch on the color, but they call themselves black. Can you explain the whole? Because I'm still trying to grip with that. I mean, no, because you know because every time we say black, it's like a bad word, but somehow they're drawn to use the word black, but they don't want to be separated. Which you actually separate yourself when you use the term black. You automatically separate yourself. That is the start of separation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
But you know, all communities do that. You know, they galvanize around a common goal. And normally communities, right, are the same ethnic group galvanize around the same goal.
Right.
You feel me? And so that's all we're doing. I've looked at it, I've studied some of the atheist shows, right, and they're not reaching the needs of our people.
Bottom line.
Right.
You know, they sit up there and laugh and joke, they dress like women. We're not going to be able to do that for you.
Right.
Okay?
No.
We're not going to be able to laugh, play, and joke. We need to get to the serious issues because it's more than just atheism. You know, our people are sick.
That's right.
Okay? They're suffering from PTSS, post-traumatic slave syndrome. Okay? They need psychological examinations.
Exactly.
We haven't been able to heal. You know, the Jewish community, you know, they're healing.
Right.
You know, them Germans kicked out that check.
Oh, but let me say something real quick on that. You say that the Jews are healing, but Mama and Jerry always told me that in order to heal, you need reparations. What does reparations mean? Reparations.
It's the key word.
Right. So I'm surely doubt the Jews would have been able to repair without their reparations, or like the Japanese without their reparations. You know, and then you get these. Oh, we got a caller already? Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Let me get this caller, y'all.
Get that caller real fast.
All right.
You must have said the key word.
Oh, yeah. Reparations. Hey, caller, how you doing?
All right, this is Blackson.
Oh yeah, the one and only.
Yeah, I recognize your voice.
Good.
Hey, I wanted to call in and talk to y'all for a minute or two. First, I can't see the show live. I can only see it online, so I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Okay.
But I wanted to start off by complimenting y'all on your show.
Well, thanks.
Thank you.
This is Luis, ain't it?
Well, I mean, that other atheist show, while mostly they talk about is religion and rational thought and stuff,
Right.
y'all totally ignore that. You just talk mostly about race, which is good for an atheist show. It's different,
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
I wanted to ask Blackson about his Law of Reproduction.
Oh, damn, I forgot to bring. What you did?
Hold on one second, caller. Dang. Oh man,
Oh,
I done
yeah,
messed
Hit the
up.
speaker.
Damn.
That's what I meant to play.
Caller, call back, please. He ain't
Yeah,
watching the
he's
show.
not. Yeah,
Damn.
he's watching. Well, once he figures out he's been cut off, he'll call
That's
back.
the book I forgot to bring. That's all right.
Well, we can. It's simple.
But
Law of Reproduction.
he said
Oh,
the
we
law
got
of
that.
reproduction. So
Right.
go ahead and until he calls
Yeah,
back.
until he
go ahead
calls
and
back,
speak.
Unc.
Go
Yeah,
ahead and
caller,
speak
I'm
to
so
that.
sorry, man. I'm still trying to
Yeah.
deal with this phone
All
stuff.
right, okay. Now we want to talk about the law of reproduction real quick.
Yeah.
Next week I'll bring documented proof from what's the word to use? Peer-reviewed material.
Peer reviewed, right?
Right. That they're teaching in colleges as of 2011. Okay.
Okay.
Dealing with microbiology.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
If
Oh
we're
yeah.
familiar with microbiology, that's dealing with micronisms. The Dogon, I think, called the toe polo, the smallest point.
The smallest
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to deal with the smallest point, and we're going to find out that on that level, right, they reproduce. They either reproduce sexually or asexually. Plain and simple. For anything, for any cell to divide, for any viruses must connect themselves to a host that reproduce them, okay? Everything works off of reproduction.
Everything.
The college, university books, they tell you, I'll go over the different things that reproduce on a micro level. Okay, now, can you walk outside and see it written in words? Reproduction? No. Right? Now, why are we calling it a law? We're calling it a law. Laws are put in place because they can't be broken.
That's right.
And if they're broken, it's a penalty for that. That's why we say the law of reproduction, because if you break it, there is a penalty for it. Okay? Now, what does homosexuality have to do with the law of reproduction? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
Does it break the law of reproduction? No, not really. Not really. Right? Not really. I don't think it break. When I say it don't break the law, because if you have two homosexual people that don't have sex with male or female, okay?
Right.
Then they just don't have sex with male or female. Plain and simple. Now, when I say the law of reproduction, I'm talking about African culture. Our culture is rooted in the laws of reproduction.
That's right.
Now, can homosexual relationship reproduce anything?
No.
Certainly not.
No. Now, the lack of reproduction goes against the law of reproduction.
Exactly.
go.
That's
and
what we're
you can
talking
even
about.
and
There you
you
go.
can even speak on cell rejuvenation is a form of law or the law of reproduction, even on
Absolutely.
a cellular level.
That's right.
Because for cells to even split, like you said, they have to come in contact or within a frequency of one another that causes the split. They don't split in and of themselves. It has to be a certain level of frequency or equality between the two cells that allows the split to happen between them. You see what I'm saying? So if a cell is just off by itself, it will never split. It will only split when it comes in contact or in close proximity to something that's like itself. That's what causes the split, the union between the two. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just like the union between a man and a woman produces additional life. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you mean by a law. It cannot be broken.
Can't be broken.
It's natural
Exactly.
to the existence of everything in creation.
You got a question?
Yeah, I want to add something to what y'all.
Can I hear you?
Okay, we got it. Okay, do I go up to that thing? You got 4 knobs on there. Turn it up until you get some volume. Yeah. And yeah. No, nothing. Oh, okay.
Well,
All
you
right.
can speak up. They can probably hear it.
Okay, we use
Or
this mic.
I'll hand them
Yeah,
this.
just hand him the
Okay.
mic. Hand him that mic right there.
Here, this mic, right?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to add that even in the science of computers, you
Right.
you use the law of reproduction with the 1 representing the penis and the 0 representing the vagina.
Exactly.
You have to have the binary code in the computer, which is designed off the human body to
Exactly.
recreate. So they right on point with it.
Excellent
Wow.
point. Because the computer is just a representative of the human body. That's why when you start a computer, when you cut a computer on, it goes through that cycle of waking up.
That's
just
right.
like the human body does. You see, you can even set the computer, you can set this laptop to sleep mode.
That's right. That's right.
You know, so the brother is exactly right. The computer is just a physical representation or a technical representation of the human body. That's all it is. But everything
that's a
in
point.
existence is related to something else.
I'd like to make a real quick statement here. There are no white people without the law of reproduction.
No,
That's right.
You're exactly right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you this because the gene mutated.
That's
Okay?
right.
It's a certain gene, they call it. I'll bring it next week.
Yeah,
That causes light skin and red hair.
exactly.
That's right.
Fair skin.
Yeah,
Okay, now that mutation takes place. The 2 Africans have to reproduce,
Right.
okay, give birth, and in that process of giving birth, the gene mutates, and voila, you have your Indo-Europeans, you have
Exactly.
your other races.
you
Absolutely.
have
right-
your albinism.
Absolutely. And so that reproduction must take place. Once again, that's why we're saying it's the law of reproduction, because everything reproduces. Trees, birds,
That's right.
bees, animals, everything
Everything.
replenishes itself. Water, everything. That's why we're saying it's a law, because it cannot be broken. Species always die out because they cannot reproduce.
Exactly.
They might not have no food for a while, but when a woman does not have food, her reproduction system breaks down, her menstrual cycle breaks down, right?
Mm-hmm.
She can't reproduce. She no longer produces eggs, right? And they die out.
Everything shuts down.
Everything
Exactly.
shuts down. So that, when you break that, it's repercussions, and it's called you're just wiped out off the planet.
Mhm.
That's the
So,
right.
and I can't explain the law of reproduction no more better than that. I know some people have their homosexual agenda. Okay, I think that you should have your relationships, and I say stay right there. You will not see yourself in the next generation, though.
Exactly.
In the African term, if you want to live forever, right,
Procreate.
you gotta have children, and the
That's
only
right.
way you're gonna have children is through what?
Men and female
Reproducing. That's just an age-old African practice, custom, and tradition.
Exactly.
Right? If you want to live forever, just have some children. Because,
Yeah.
like they said, we don't die. We just what?
Multiply, but that's not only an African tradition, that's a life tradition.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's
you
a
know,
living
I want it all
tradition.
for ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. That's a living
I
tradition.
mean, that's a living life organism tradition.
But life is African.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
It's synonymous.
I'm not
Just
gonna-
like green is African.
Hmm.
You know, you don't even have to say. You don't even have to turn. When you say you rooted and grounded in African consciousness, you automatically green
No, I mean, that's right.
because African is based on sustainability.
Oh, well, one of the top gods.
Any indigenous culture is based
Absolutely.
on
Absolutely.
sustainability.
One of the top gods in African tradition, Osar, the perfect black one. He's represented as green, vegetation,
Exactly.
regeneration.
Regeneration.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But see, you got some atheists out there. See, they're talking about gods again. But you know, it's kind
Science.
of difficult, right? Science. I know.
Everything get out of here. The god of
Right.
Sa simply represents the rejuvenation, summer, winter, spring,
The
and fall.
principle.
Get out of here with that. Come on, it's
Exactly.
not a
Right.
real person walking around without saying that. Although I could make the case, according to Sheikh Diop and African older civilization, that they found the tomb of Osiris.
Okay. Wow.
Or a tomb dedicated to
To
Osiris.
Osiris.
Yeah.
No, they actually found. I'll bring it next week. They actually found the tomb.
Oh wow.
Think
I
in
like to see that.
Abydos, okay, showing Asar. Now Asar was supposed to have been a mythological king or king, right?
Right.
He came in, brought farming and stuff, and colonized, brought in certain information, and started civilization.
Oh wow. I like
Okay,
to
and they
definitely
found
see
that. If I want to make that case,
Yeah.
Okay.
so
Well,
now-
that may be a case that needs to be made. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
most definitely.
I mean, it's not. We're not trying to introduce something that's not backed by science. If it's backed by science, then it needs to be brought
Let's do
forward
it. Yeah,
because
man.
we submit
Yeah.
to higher levels of
Right,
information
right,
daily.
Right. One thing I have noticed about the show is out there y'all be throwing softballs. That's why we be knocking out the park.
Every
right.
time.
You're playing
Every time.
hardball and
Every
you're
time.
throwing softballs.
Exactly.
So you know what? Let's since we deal with the law of reproduction, let's get into cultures, specifically one, right? That does not understand this law, right? To the point where, wait a minute, let's establish something. We atheists, we can talk, right? Can we talk?
Of course.
Okay.
Listen, everybody know ain't no such thing as that God thing flying around through the air. We know that. Anybody got some daggone sense understanding any religious literature is written by people. That's just plain and simple. Ain't no cut cards to that. So if you make religious literature and you use a God, to this God you put certain attributes on it. That's a human being, writing literature, right? Writing a play. Anything you want to do, like the New Testament is the playwright. Joseph Pesos, okay, playwright. Also, so you writing stories and you're using figures and you're putting attributes to these characters, right? And you claim it's your highest moral standard, right? You put your greatest aspirations, your highest moral standard into your character that you say is the God that created you, right?
Right, and I see no problem with the whole morals and putting that in there. You know what I'm saying? To keep a civilization, kind of on track. I ain't got no problem with that,
So, okay, so let's just see the highest Greek moral standards.
Let's examine it.
Let's examine
break it down.
their high god. Now, who is their high god?
Zeus.
Zeus, and he lives on Mount Olympus, the highest point in their civilization.
That's right.
Okay? So let's deal with Zeus. And let's deal with a human figure called Ganymede. Did I say that right?
Ganymede, yeah, that's
Ganymede.
right.
Ganymede. Let's deal with this relationship between the high god, Zeus, and Ganymede. It says Ganymede is a young, beautiful boy that became one of Zeus' lovers.
Stop right there.
Uh-oh. Stop the presses.
Can you read that again, brother?
Ganymede is the young, beautiful boy that became one of Zeus' lovers.
Opening statement.
Okay.
Anti-life.
Anti-life, right off the bat. I'm Zeus. I'm the god. I created Greece, and I want a boy. Now, hold on. You can't say I'm a bigot with this. This is in Greek literature.
God damn.
Dang, huh?
Damn, Zeus.
But I'm tired of y'all calling me a bigot, so I'm firing back at you. I'm tired of this, right? It says, one source of the myth says that Zeus fell in love with Ganymede.
Zeus ain't playing.
When he spotted him herding his flock on Mount Ida. Zeus then came down in the form of an eagle and sent an eagle to carry Ganymede back to Mount Olympus, where Ganymede became the cupbearer to the gods.
Wow.
Run down a little bit. It says, upon hearing that Ganymede was to be a cupbearer as well, Zeus' lover, the infinitely jealous Hera, also outraged. Therefore, Zeus set Ganymede's image amongst the stars as the constellation Arcturus. Watch this. The water carrier. Arcturus was originally the Egyptian god over the Nile. The Egyptian god poured water, not wine, from a flagon. So they taking an African god, right? Okay.
And perverting it.
Wow.
Now watch this. It says all of Zeus's scandalous liaisons. What's that word? Let me spell that right. Liaisons, okay, have an allegorical meaning. Some sources say that Zeus' affair with Ganymede was a religious justification for homosexuality within the Greek culture. I told you it was them little freaky Greeks, didn't I?
Yes, you
I
did.
told you, didn't I? Yet others state that this is merely a reflection of Greek life after that, before the popularity of Zeus and Ganymede myth spread. However, the only toleration for sodomy was an external form of the goddess worship. It says, Salbella's male devotees tried to achieve unity with her by castrating themselves and dressing like women. Now we see why y'all dress up like women from time to time, like on some of them atheist shows.
And now that explains why they want some of us to dress up like women from time to time, i.e. Tyler Perry.
Oh man, like my homeboy, the comedian, that refused to do it. Dave Chappelle. He was like, I can be funny without jumping in the dress.
Wow.
That's right. He sure did.
So that's them trying to inflict or put their culture, i.e. the perversion, on us.
Oh man, hold
That's
on.
right.
We about to